Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's Jungle Beauty Goddess Oracle reading, I'm going to give you a message from Source. I'm going to give you a downloaded message from my beautiful highlight star alien being. And we're going to go over the cards and get right into this reading. I don't know if I can get this in focus. Looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to go over the cards. I'll try to keep it brief. The first card I have for you, the Matter, who is the father of the Jungle Beauty Goddesses. His message is, don't be afraid to make mistakes. The next card I have for you is Release Old Wounds. And this is Dr. Lunar M. Crater and Jungle Beauty Goddess Cyanide. The next card I have for you is from Jungle Beauty Goddess Sahara. And Jungle Beauty Goddess Sahara's message is, how you think will determine your happiness. And the last card I have for this reading is, let's see, Ask More Questions. Now, this reading is really about the reason people cannot move on from the past is because they have not properly assessed and analyzed what happened, what went wrong, their part in what happened, what they could do differently. And once people are able to figure out, oh Jesus, okay, next time I'm going to ask more questions. Next time I'm going to do A, B, C, D. And once you have assessed your actions and what you could have done differently, then you'll be able to put it to rest. So in asking more questions, let me give So over the summer, I took my grandbaby to Manhattan, New York to see my daughter. And we booked the hotel. It was canceled because of the flight. But the people, even though it was severe weather conditions, they did not want to give us our $1,500 back. $1,500 because they said, well, it's not our fault. But we actually canceled the room within the time period, but it was close, all right? But they went through all of this and said, they just kept saying, no, we can't, give you your money back. That incident actually changed my life in a good way, because we were able to get the money back, but not the way that you think. And I don't want to start telling people what to do or get into things that are too personal. But I'll tell you this, my questions now are on fire. My questions now are, what if the plane is delayed? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if, and you know what? It was really funny is I lost some money too, because there was an activity I had planned and I was teeter-tottering as opposed to we were going to go to the activity. And because of the experience at the hotel, I just decided, just let it go. I'm not going to argue with them about it, because I understand policies. I understand that that's a seat that maybe this person couldn't sell, but I'm not going to let $1,500 go. But the point is this, we hang on to things until we have come up with a solution that will allow us to evolve. Now, another thing I was thinking about when I was doing this reading about asking questions. Have you ever talked to someone before, and maybe you exchange some words, and you go home and you get in your car and you keep replaying that conversation in your head, and you thinking to yourself, I should have said this, I should have said that. Ooh, and you're just so angry because you didn't say the things you wanted to say. You didn't respond in the way that you wanted to respond, and it just frustrates you. And then when you're in the shower, you're still having this conversation. You're still in the past because you haven't really been able to sort through what happened in your role in the incident, right? You go to bed, you wake up, you're still thinking about it. So when we're talking about asking more questions, I feel like when you go back in the past, let's say you want to figure out, why did this happen to such and such, or why did this happen to me, or why was this person like this? Ask questions and then, answer them to the best of your ability, however way that will make you feel comfortable. Give yourself 3 days to process and say, okay, take the lessons from those questions and burn those answers and those questions, and then you'll be able to let it go. But I feel like for people to say to another person, just let it go. Just let it go. Don't live in the past. You're not living in the past. You're trying to figure out, okay, I don't want to go down that street again. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be in that situation again. And I'm still struggling with how to put things in order. Take a moment to visit my Etsy shop, Cassandra Magick World, and you will see a plethora of metaphysical tools to align with your goals and your dreams. Each magic talisman comes with instructions as well as a feng shui chart and how to make changes in your home and how to charge your sigil. Now the thing is, if you do not find a way to properly process what happened to you, this impacts how you think, and your happiness. Like if you go through, let's just say you go through a really bad relationship, and somebody was a liar, and now you think all people are liars, or you think all people are cheaters, because you haven't processed that. Well, maybe it was just this one person that I was dating, and these were some red flags that I saw early in the relationship, and here are some things that I decided to let go. Here are some business mistakes that I made that I'm not going to make them again because I didn't know any better. So once you make peace with analyzing and processing what happened and asking the proper questions to yourself, maybe to other people, finding answers, working on that issue, and then you're able to move forward. And this card that says, don't be afraid to make mistakes. The only reason we're afraid to make mistakes and the reason we're holding on to old emotional wounds is simply because we haven't figured out how not to allow that particular incident to happen to us again, whether it's in a relationship, business, school. One of the things I have learned is when I am selecting classes or looking at reviews, I always go to the negative reviews first, because what is a negative review for one person could be exactly what's going to benefit me. Because I developed a list of questions of features, traits, policies that are very important to me. My questions are, for example, if I was looking to take a class, what is your lay policy? Because at the time I had 2 small children and I had 3 jobs. And if you're the kind of teacher or professor who feel like, okay, if you're 1 minute late to my class, I'm locking the door. I know that I'm a social worker at that time. I have various emergencies on my job. And if I can't come into your classroom, there is no point in me taking this class. I need to know lay policy was important to me. Also, I remember another important question I used to ask is it okay to eat in class? There are some teachers who feel like this is not kindergarten, and they really have strict policies about eating in their classroom. They don't like the smell of the food, blah, blah, blah. I'm a social worker. I've been working all day, and I'm taking these evening classes, and I'm leaving my job to come to your class. And if I can't bring my food into class with me, I'm not taking your class. So it is so important. But how did I learn to make this list of questions? Because of past mistakes. So this is, oh my God, so this is the most important thing about this reading, guys, is that look at some past things that you just can't let go, that really bother you, that you're thinking to yourself, I really do not want to experience this again, or maybe you're hurting over it, and you sit down and you ask yourself a ton. Ask yourself a ton of questions, but also create a list of questions of things to look for moving forward. Now I want to go over with you the message I received from my beautiful highlight star alien being. This message is fire, y'all. I think it's so cute, and it's about why humans have difficulty letting go of the past. I love their messages. It's always something that I would not say. Okay, y'all ready? You know, I like to read because the energy is the purest energy download. Because I take diction and I hold them to my forehead, and I feel like when I read it, I don't forget. So there is a certain amount of pleasure that is attached to pain that humans are not aware of or can't admit that they are addicted to. Failure, mistakes, drama, misfortune is titillating and juicy gossip. Your friends and family cannot wait to hear the next episode of what didn't work out, who dumped who, the drama on your job or in your relationships. Failures, errors, sadness, and frustration build emotional ties and psychological bonds to the people we love. Imagine a baby that never cried or kept his parents up all night. A job where there were never any problems. You can complaining, whining, and discussing the things in your life that are not working helps family and friends to feel needed. And it gives you attention and emotional and social pampering. Releasing old emotional wounds also means releasing the pleasure of being nurtured, supported, and listened to by the people who love you. When you stop talking about your emotional scars and begin discussing your raises, your promotions, healthy relationships, your success, your family and friends will not be interested in those conversations. In fact, they may make you feel guilty. They may make you feel guilty, like you are bragging. You may notice them pulling away from you when you are doing well. There is a plethora of rituals and techniques to let go, cut cords, etc. But the truth is, the human heart understands that letting go of painful memories and mistakes also includes the ill-gotten pleasure and joy of being given attention and support. When you decide mentally to let go of past wounds, forgive yourself for past mistakes, you will instinctively understand that this will change to the dynamic of the type of relationships you will have with your friends and family. You don't just let go of the pain. You also let go of the pleasure associated with the emotional support. Loneliness, isolation, and feeling the void of where you belong in the world can be overwhelmingly difficult for most humans. When you are able to find peace in silence, enjoying your own company, keeping the details of your progress and success to yourself, then you will be able to learn from the past and embrace the new version of yourself. You can't be a new version of yourself hanging on to old people, old ideas, and old painful conversations and memories. That is what, isn't that interesting? I love it. So basically, the my starlight, my star alien being Howlite right here is saying that people receive a lot of benefits from sharing their problems and mistakes and the emotional support and the love, and people can't wait to pick up the phone to see what happened that day. So yes, you want to get over the incident, but the incident becomes glued in the middle of so much love and support. And this is why a lot of people have been unable to remove themselves from certain neighborhoods, certain jobs, certain conditions, because the camaraderie of the social pampering prevents them from moving forward, even though they have not been able to bring it to their consciousness that they will miss that type of love and support if they level themselves up. Oh my God, I really hope this reading helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.